Hello everybody and welcome to my stream. There we go. So if you're in here, you want to learn a little bit about ZBrush because this is what I like to stream a lot lately. It's fun and I'm gonna work on doing something pretty simple today. This is kind of like I was opening up this stream today because I was gonna do one that was patron only, and I decided to open this one up just to kind of give people an idea on what I do for like mini tutorials on Patreon if you wanted to join me and stuff. So I'm going to do a nose, like a quick dog nose. A lot of these I like to print and then cover in fabric or create a foam cast out of this. So if you want to learn how to make a quick dog nose, something with nostrils, something fun, I can show you how to do it on ZBrush. So you can follow along if you want to do it with me, if you have ZBrush like the full version or ZBrush Core, and it's very similar to the stuff that I'm going to be doing. And I like to do this on a tablet. It's a lot easier. So I start off here in Lightbox, and I usually just pick one of these Dynamesh spheres. It doesn't matter what color you have it in. I just do this one and I keep it in the gray, or I just change it to the red. So let's use red for now. So it's just a sphere, and it's right here in the subtools. See, subtools is like your layers, so you can see where everything's going on. There you go. I do have a couple other folders here because I was using some mannequins to make a head. So ignore that for now, but this is your actual sphere. So the sphere right now, the generic one, has a lot of polys, a lot of information in this mesh, and we don't need it to be this high. So usually when I'm going to start a sculpt, I come down here, go into geometry, I go into Z remesher, and I'm going to cut this information in half. Give it a second, and then it's less information, and I usually do it again when I'm going to start doing this, and it'll cut the information in half again because I have it in half. So now the sphere is a little bit easier to work with, and I'll be able to move stuff around a lot faster because I'd rather start with something more simple and then add detail as I go. Okay, so zoom out, make sure both dots are there, and we can start working on this. So do a side view, and then we're going to use this brush over here, which is the move brush. Kind of flatten it. So technically I can make this, I'm going to actually reduce it again, Z remesher, there we go. That way I can move a lot faster. I'm going to flatten the top, and I can take this off. Flatten the top, because I want the nose top to be a little bit flatter. We're going to look at it from the front. So this is just to kind of get the idea of what the nose would look like. Kind of curve it. And because I'm working in 3D, I'm only working on one side, and then the computer is mirroring the other side. You don't have to worry about things being lopsided. You can turn off, see how I have 2 dots. That means it's mirroring. Thank you for the host, Kira. So as long as you have the 2 little dots, it'll mirror both sides. But you can turn that off by pressing X if you don't want it mirrored. So I'm using the move brush a lot. That way I can kind of move it and get an idea of what I want. Oh, hello. Getting more people coming in here. Let's see. And then the back of the nose, I tend to just flatten because then I add a post to it. So anything that I'm doing on here, I think of being able to 3D print it. So a couple of things that you'll see me do are a little odd, but it's easier for me to 3D print and then be able to put it into a suit head. Okay. And if I want to smooth anything, I just press Shift and go over the model. So of course you pick whatever shape you want. I'm just kind of doing a pretty basic shape for this nose. I want it to have a bit of an upturn. So this controls the size up here, draw size. See the circle? Small, large. A bit. It's easier if I flatten the back of the nose. Yeah, it's supposed to be an animal nose. It's gonna be just like a dog nose. This is just a very basic way of starting this. Okay, so we want to do the nostril holes for this. So we are going to use clay buildup, but I'm going to press Alt to kind of cut into it. Kind of just keep pressing Alt and then it cuts into the model itself. It's gonna look chunky at first because I'm working on less information. So it's going to definitely look messy at first, but that's okay. And cut into the nose area however much you want. Just go over it and I start smoothing it after. And I use the move tool a lot. You see me kind of press stuff around, move it, and push it. And because I'm running out of information inside the nose, I'll be able to divide it again to get more information. And I will show you. So what I usually do is I Z-remesh and I'll do the same. So I have better topology. So this isn't all stretched out. Clean that up for me. See? And this looks much, much better. And then turn off the polys. I can go in here and start cleaning stuff up a bit more before I give it more information. You'll see what I'm going to do. Doing this with a tablet is much, much easier than doing it with your mouse. So Z-Remesher actually works really, really well. I think it's specific only to ZBrush, the full version, not Core, I'm pretty sure. But it is amazing. I love it. Let's push this up. Oops. Push this up a bit. Starting to get this nose. So I'm going to start pushing some stuff around over here. There's a bunch of different ways you can make this. But I like to work with spheres. It works out so much better and just kind of pushing stuff around. Then let's use, where is it? Damn standard. This brush, you can kind of draw in lines. I go in and I'm going to make this line a lot more defined. Same with adding a line down the middle. Up right there. So there we go. It's like a really basic looking dog nose. I want to open these up more. So I want larger nostrils. I want this a little more triangular. Let's see, right there. Use a flatten brush to clear some areas over here. I love the flatten brush. I like creating really sharp edges in some of these organic pieces. They just come out so sharp. Like, cool. I like it. They do come out sharp, but in a good way. This program has so many good brushes. So many. And if you like to do a lot of organic sculpting, I definitely recommend this program. If you want to get into ZBrush, I highly recommend a lot of the tutorials that are from ZBrush themselves, from Pixelogic, because they're really, really good. I've learned a lot of what I'm doing. Well, I have adapted it to what I'm doing because of those tutorials. It's helped so much. And of course, trial and error. It's always fun. The nice thing about doing stuff in 3D is it doesn't matter if the thing ends up looking like garbage, because you can just start all over again and you're not wasting materials. I want to push this in. And if I do subdivide this, it's going to be a lot softer. It's not going to be so chunky. Just when I'm doing the initial building, I just keep it kind of chunky. That is the one thing that I was doing really wrong at first. I was starting with meshes that were very heavy, and then trying to do a bunch of detail, and my poor computer was just crashing like crazy. So definitely start with low polys and kind of go up. So you can see right there is already kind of creating like an issue. It's doing some weird tinting, and if you keep working, it's going to actually end up creating more problems. So usually, try to smooth it out a little bit. Usually before I continue more, I go back into Z Remesher, make sure I hit same, remesh it, and then it fixes the area. And it just cleans your whole mesh, period, which is good. So I'm actually going to go ahead and divide it. And it made it a lot smoother, so I can work with more information. So my mesh is now a lot denser. And you can keep dividing it and making it smoother and smoother and smoother if you really want to, but for my purposes of what I'm doing, I don't need that much info. Not yet. I want, just looking at some references of some art that I like and some dogs. And if you have any questions about the program, be sure to ask, or sculpting or anything like that. Hello, Sage. Clean that up. Gonna flatten this area here. Make this smaller. thin this up here on the side. So everything that I'm doing now is just more like a preference thing. Go in, tweak it. That's up to you what you want to do with this. Ah, thank you for following. Foxtail. Moving this around. Maybe I don't want this tip being so long. I'm probably going to flatten this area here. Ah, thank you for following, RockingHusky. Let's change this. Clean this up here on the side more. So I had printed a nose that I did the other day, and I covered it in Minky, just straight out of the printer, and it came out really cool. So some of these noses, I'll do that because it's way back in the day, like way back. I used to make my noses out of it wasn't balsa wood, but it was a type of light wood, and the noses were all carved out and then covered in fabric, and it worked out really well for a long time because at the time a lot of people were doing noses that were really heavy out of Sculpts, and we had found a way, this is like years and years ago, we had found a way to make them a lot lighter and keeping the shape in wood really well. But things change, and I had to find a way that it didn't take me forever to make something like that. So 3D printing has made things a lot cleaner and just overall better for me, which I'm really happy about. The nose angle shape would be a snarling werewolf. No, it's just a generic dog. I just like to upturn most of my noses. I do it in my art as well. So that's just a preference. I think all the art that I draw for noses now has an upturn. Flattening this area. Yeah, I've used silicone noses and I completely despise. I don't like silicone noses because all the fluffies stick to them. And it's very hard to get actual glue to stick anywhere around the noses. So I really don't like them at all. Every single silicone nose I've used has been a pain in the rear to work with. And they always look dirty. You get the one hand paw that touches your face and then it's caked in fur.
People that are different have a shot at being original. You know, they got motivation.
It's the same thing with like silicone paw pads and stuff. I've used them in the past, and it just, the paw pads are always so dirty. So I try not to use silicone stuff. It's also heavy. Yeah, I mean, if you like the look and you don't mind it being like a magnet, like a sticky magnet for everything, then they're fine. But I try not to use them. I think they're more of a hassle than they're worth. Like the two types of noses that I like the most are like soft noses, like that you can squish and stuff if you really like the the squishy nose. So a lot of my noses are foam, or a type of foam polyfill mix, or casted foam. And then the other version, depending on if I want like really hard angles to show, like the noses. Oops, what am I doing there? If I want the nose to really stand out on its own, I'll do a hard base underneath and then cover it with fabric or paint it. And that's what I'm doing with a lot of these 3D noses. Like way back in the day, I used to make noses out of latex. Back when nobody was doing anything out of silicone. And I did that for a long, long time. And then I developed a allergy to latex, so I don't work with latex anymore. Almost done messing with this nose, then I'll start on the next project here. Just to be safe. Same. See how that looks. It looks clean. Heck yeah. Looks clean. Good. I'm going to divide this area out here some more, and then I'll add a post in the back, and then it'll be ready to print. Yeah, I made latex noses like back in like 2005? Around that time? Yeah, back when finding silicone was pretty complicated. Now we have companies like Smooth On or Reynolds that sells a lot of the Smooth On products, and you can buy silicone a whole lot easier. I don't buy silicone to use on my suits. I just buy it to make molds. Gotta go in and just add some more detail where I think it needs it. And that's the nice thing about 3D. You can flip this around however much you want since you're in 3D space. You can see it from a variety of angles. This little handy dandy guy over here helps me put things into frame a lot easier. You can also use this one, frame,